We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And this will not be returned to start the game. The new rule here in effect. A fair catch will bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Throwing to start here is Tua.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. Play action. Now it's Tua.
Finds Hill on the crossing route. Complete. Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll be taken down at the 26.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football. The pick, the defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
It's a gain of 35.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now a handoff up the middle. It's right. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. when do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter,
touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. Now Tua signaling to change things up. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play.
And it's look at this Carolina defense.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And now an audible here into something else.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Working free to drop him for the sack there was Amari Barno. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Now here's Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On 3rd and 1, here's Young.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game.
Picked by Kendall Fuller. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said,
that's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. 17-0 our score after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And this is caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Sanders now to have the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Young. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing.
The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Young off the play fake. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Young to throw on 4th. Leaping, and he makes the grab.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
Young, he's going to change it up.
From the red zone now, Young. Flush.
Oh, Young loses it.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if you're...
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Tua. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 1:55 left to go in the 1st half of play.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And down to the 19-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 63 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. No gain on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, it's figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Well, they got the turnover, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. On play action, Young.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Brooks. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Tua's throw complete there to Beckham.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down and a 14-yard pickup. Looking to pass. Tua. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Tua wants to throw it on. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long.
Oh, Young loses it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
Like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
He's into space past the 25.
Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 33 yards.
And the Dolphins continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. A familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Young. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Young will set to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Brooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st down, it's Brooks.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Off the play fake, Young. They'll roll him out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly...
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He'll buy some time right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still going.
Touchdown, Carolina. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 43 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's Young off play action. Can't get away, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Young to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. Flushed out right. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a good 3 yards as they convert on 4th and 5. Now Young. Dancing to his left. Oh, Young loses it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. That's into the hands of Waddle downfield. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
That late touchdown stretching their lead a bit further here in the fourth quarter. And Charles' undefeated team once again looking sharp in this ball game.
And how about what they've done on offense? Because prior to this game, we didn't expect this offense to play as well as what we've seen in this one. They decided to jump out there and jump up with the rest of the team and help preserve their undefeated status.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. On 1st and 10, Young. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Young. Open man once again. It's Thielen. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Young off the bootleg. This ball complete to Thielen going across the middle. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Ready. Yellow, 22. No. Let's go. Go set, go.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Okay, ready?
Let him know.
Drill, 52. Jackrabbit. Jack, ready.
And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Young on first down. Into the hands of Thielen, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. Their tackles on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on second down is Young.
The Dolphins. My vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Young.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
You can see the thought process there. With his speed, they were hoping he could pop one. Instead, the coverage was good, and they forced the incompletion.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one.